Yo, what's up guys? It's TheSurrealAndre, aka Andre2K, with the second pack opening that I said I was going to do yesterday. This one consists of the Celtics and the Hawks, which are really two good teams if you have some money, or well, VC. The best pack I could recommend to you is the Hawks pack because there's only like 5, maybe 6 people to collect to finish that collection, and there's 2 amazing players in there in Pistol Pete and Lou Hudson, Sweet Louis Pie, as I call him, no homo. But Lou Hudson is one of the best players in this game. Very underrated. Not many people know of him. He's like, oh my god, he's sick. But anyway, also, if you're opening these Celtics packs, be prepared to get a lot of duplicates. This is just like the Rockets pack I did yesterday. Be prepared to really do get Alta duplicates. It was fucking hectic because I wasn't even doing this for Larry Bird. I was doing this for Kevin McHale. Just because I love doing post moves, there was no way I was not going to at least have him in my collection. So yeah, I was going for McHale, and you'll see what happens. But yeah, anyway, while I'm on the topic of the Celtics, I wanted to point out this this interesting thing that had me fucking dying. I was laughing my ass off. So I'm sure over All-Star Weekend, I'll tell you heard about LeBron's Mount Rushmore thing, and his 4 best. If there was an NBA Mount Rushmore, he'd have Magic, Larry, Jordan, and speaking of Larry, honestly, he's not worth it finishing this collection. His jump shot is still fucking terrible. I can't get it down. You can get Larry's jump shot twice in a row and then get a D+ the next time, so that's just a side note. But anyway, Larry, Magic, where was Larry, Magic, Oscar Robinson, and Jordan. So there was lots of controversy to that. I mean, Oscar Robinson was a great player, but he was known as kind of a Celtics player. He was known as kind of a selfish player. It's hard to be known as selfish when you averaged a triple-double, but I mean, he was kind of out for himself. I watched Oscar Robinson documentary that came out over All-Star Weekend. It was pretty interesting, but I mean, that's his opinion. He has his own opinion, and Oscar Robinson was a great one. But what happened was Bill Russell heard about it, and it's hard to really not put Bill Russell on any Mount Rushmore of basketball because he did so much for the game. If I had my own, I'd probably put like Bill Russell, David Stern. I'm not a David Stern fan, but he really did do so much for the league. I probably wouldn't be a basketball fan if it wasn't for David Stern. Jordan, just for the simple fact that he is really the greatest to play the game. And on the number 4, I honestly don't know. The jury is still out on that. But anyway, let me get to what Bill Russell said. And it was a very Bill Russell type answer, because Bill Russell is such a proud and respectful guy, but he's like a smart ass at the same time. He's the biggest smart ass 80-year-old I've ever seen in my life. I'd love to meet him. He kind of reminds me of my dad, but that's a whole different story. But anyway, Bill Russell said about LeBron, and I quote, "Hey, thank you for leaving me off of your Mount Rushmore. I'm glad you did. Basketball is a team game. It's not for individual honors. I won back-to-back state championships in high school, back-to-back NCAA championships in college. I won an NBA championship my first year in the league and an NBA championship in my last year in the league, and 9 in between. And that, Mr. James, is etched in stone." So, first of all, shots were fired. But that was a very Bill Russell answer, and LeBron heard it and was very diplomatic about it. And I don't remember what his reply was, because it wasn't very like significant. He didn't say anything that was really like Bill Russell-esque in return. So, but that was that, and I think that was it was kind of true, because LeBron is the best player in the world. We'll never see another LeBron James in I don't know how many years. I hate on him a lot, but I really respect him. I just didn't like the decision. The decision bothered me. It bothered a lot of people, to be honest. And another of the main reason that I really don't like, I respect LeBron, but the reason that I didn't like him was because the fact that I understand that he didn't have much help in Cleveland, all right, and I get that, but the fact that the way that the Heat went about that, it was really shady and it was really annoying. I mean, you have your own opinions and I have mine, and that's that. But it was because, in my opinion, and this doesn't just go for LeBron at all. I want to know when the NBA and basketball in general. As you see, I was forced to get Kevin McHale. He was the last guy to complete the collection, and I ended up getting Larry Bird anyway. So that was really annoying. I didn't want to have to get everybody, but anyway, I wanted to know when basketball stopped being about the love of the game and playing the game and started being about winning a title. That bothers me. Like, if I was a basketball player, I'd want to win a title. That would be my main goal. But I wouldn't lust and obsess over it and make that my actual, like, my legacy. I wouldn't want that to be my legacy, as you said, get Larry Bird. I wouldn't want that to be what everyone remembered me for just going for titles. Because the thing is, Bill Russell is the greatest winner in the history of basketball. He has 11 rings, 11 NBA rings in general. Like, he's the greatest winner ever in basketball. As I'm showing you Robert Parrish's stats. He's a great pickup, by the way. If you don't have any really good centers, Robert Parrish is excellent. He even has some great dunk packages in this game, so he can kind of throw down a bit. Great center. So if you like post moves, get Robert Parrish. But Bill Russell is the greatest winner of all time, and I think that's what LeBron wants to be, but he's going about it the wrong way. I remember when he first went to the Heat, people were calling him the Lord of the Rings and all those catchy nicknames. But yeah, I don't like that, because at the end of the day, some of the best players to ever play the game didn't have rings. Think about it. Iverson, Malone, Barkley, Stockton, Mullen, Webber, Dominique, Ewing. These players never won rings, but that didn't take anything away from their greatness. And that's what really bothers me. And it's not just LeBron, it's everybody in general nowadays. Everything is about winning a ring. That doesn't define you or who you are going to be as a player, or what your legend and legacy will be, and what people will talk about in the future. Because people who use ring logic are stupid. You're honestly dumb. If you use ring logic, that means you think Robert Horry is better than all those players I just named combined. And that's another thing. Robert Horry is angry that they're not really, like, forcing him into the Hall of Fame. I think his words were like, as you see, Larry Bird's stats are fucking awesome, but they're not going to. It's his jump shot that gets me, so I don't know if I'll even use him. But there's the second half of the pack opening, going to the Hawks. I'll show you how easy it is to get these players and their stats. But anyway, his words were like, everybody is going to remember all these big name players, like the people who I just named, but they're not going to remember my name. And I don't give a shit if you're Robert Horry. Like, you won. Robert Horry, I think, won like 10, 11 rings. And just because you were known for hitting clutch shots doesn't mean we should remember your name. I mean, your name would be remembered just off of hitting clutch shots. You shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame for that. Just because you were in the right place at the right time for the right shot many times does not mean you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, that gives you no kind of leverage to get into there with all those big name players, because he averaged like 5 points for his career, like 3 rebounds. Like, I don't know, it probably wasn't that bad, but his numbers aren't impressive. Like, it really wasn't. It really wasn't, and he wasn't that dominant of a player. It's just Robert Horry, like, big shot Bob, that's it. I mean, those rings aren't going to get you in there, and it shouldn't. So that's really dumb. And yeah, I don't know why he was even talking about that. But anyway, that's just my take on everything. I mean, what do I know? I'm not in the league. I guess it would be different if I was in the league and I really was in the position of, like, needing a ring or wanting a ring, but I guess that's a different story overall. But I don't like that. The league shouldn't be ring oriented anymore. It's really dumb. But I'll leave that alone. Anyway, in other news, the trade deadline is coming up, and I think I just read an article about the Wolves wanting to, well, not the Wolves wanting to, the Lakers, and I forgot the other team, but the Lakers are trying to make a push to see if they can trade for Kevin Love. I don't like the Lakers. I'm not really a Laker fan. I'm a Kobe fan. And I don't know why they're trying so hard not to do bad. Look at the Celtics. They've accepted tanking. And look at what Danny Ainge has done. He's brought in like 4 draft picks. He is loaded up for this year's draft. And it would have been that easy to do that for the Lakers as well. And I think, who was that? Walt Bellamy. He's alright. He's not that good. Think of him as a Tyson Chandler cleanup guy. But anyway, yeah. I don't know why the Lakers are taking it so hard to be a losing team. Like, the Celtics are literally only going to be a losing team for this year. With all those picks that they have, they're definitely going to have at least a 40-game win season next year, and then it's only going to get better with their talent improving. I mean, Danny Ainge did a fantastic job with that. I don't know why the Lakers are so dead set on, no, we can't be a losing team ever. I mean, they're just like stuck in the Kobe era, as I get Sweet Louis Pie, who is absolutely a fucking beast. But yeah, I don't know why they're dead set on that. They might as well just wait. They know Kevin Love wants to play there. They might as well wait till 2015 when he's a free agent and they can't sign him. Just tank the fuck out of this season and get a really good pick and just build. Like, it's not that hard. I could be the general manager of the Lakers and do a better job than they're doing right now. And I certainly wouldn't have gave Kobe a fucking $50 million 2-year extension. But that's just me. And the Knicks, oh my god, they're deadly. My team is just... They're trying to make some kind of push to get some kind of point guard by the end of the trade deadline. Raymond Felton just pisses me off, yo. This is fucking... He just bothers me. And yeah, like I said, you only need like 5-6 players to finish that collection. Go ahead and do it because Pete Maravich, Pistol Pete, and Lou Hudson is great in this game. But yeah, look, I know I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Raymond Felton just fucking kills me, yo. Last year when we had the best record in the league for like the first month, he was averaging like 18-8, and that's the Raymond Felton that we need. Like a true floor general that is going to be able to look at Melo in the eyes and say, no, I'm not giving you the ball, I'm going to run this play for somebody else. And yeah, and that's not him, yo. His numbers are fucking terrible. I had some faith in him because I saw what he was able to do last year, but I guess that was just like, I don't know, that was a dream. Last year, 50-win season felt like ages ago, a lifetime ago. And it's just hard. It's at that point where you watch the game now and you're like, why do I even love this team? And then like you're still catching yourself watching the games and rooting for them. It's at that point and it's just depressing. All I can hope for is that they make the playoffs because that's where the Knicks can be a scary team. If they make the playoffs, they can take down like a Miami or Atlanta or Brooklyn in a 7-game series. They can do that. But just as for a regular season team, they're just fucking terrible right now and it hurts. But the biggest highlight of this pack opening was Pistol Pete. Because I've never played with him ever in any 2K I've ever had ever. So honestly, he is going on the team. A lot of shakeups have been made to my team, and you will see it within the next 2 games. And one of those games will probably be uploaded by, today is what, Tuesday? So probably by like Thursday. Because I have work tomorrow, so I might not edit a video. But Pistol Pete, what bugs me is that his flashy pass tendency is like a 40, which really pisses me off. Because his flashy pass tendency, he invented the flashy pass. Pistol Pete, like... I mean, whatever, but these are the highlights that I just can't wait to look forward to. Passes like that, finishes like that, and then fake passes like that. So, be sure to be on the lookout for some gameplay, guys. Like, comment, and sub. Peace.